The sixth largest country in the world, Australia is an incredibly diverse and beautiful land, famous for its natural wonders, wide open spaces, beaches, deserts, and the outback. On its southeastern edge, you'll find New South Wales, Australia's most populous state and home to the vibrant oceanside city of Sydney. It also happens to be an outdoor adventure traveler's paradise, with a surprising number of breathtaking national parks, lush rainforest, and dramatic mountain ranges, including Australia's highest peak and the spectacular canyons of the Blue Mountains. Mountaintop blizzards, inspiring gorges, and thick jungle. This week on Epic Trails, we're exploring New South Wales. I'm Eric Hansen. When I see a trail, I see more than a path from point A to point B. A good trail is the ultimate opportunity to explore, to discover new landscapes, and to challenge myself. When I don't have a pack on my back, I'm thinking about my next big adventure, because my mission is simple. My mission is to discover the world's most epic trails. With a population of 5 million, Sydney is the capital of New South Wales and one of the world's great cities. It's a place that's full of culture, has an incredible food scene, lots of green space, and stunning waterfront views. It also happens to be the starting point for my Australian backpacking adventure. So, knowing that I've got a busy week ahead, I decide the best way to explore the place is to watch the sunrise with an early morning run around town.
Just got out for a morning run here in Sydney, and it is beautiful. I don't know if you've ever been to Sydney before, but I am amazed at this place. It's got to be one of the cooler cities. And it's super quiet this morning, so just being out here, there's just a handful of other runners, really. And the city's getting ready, some gardeners going on, getting the botanical gardens looking beautiful. So that's the sound you hear over there. But other than that, it's just been a spectacular morning. So eager to get a crack on the rest of the adventure and getting up into the snowy mountains later today.
Our first stop is K7 Adventures in Jindabyne, where we meet up with local guide Mike Edmondson to talk about the plans for what is looking like a couple of cold, windy, and snowy days in the snowy mountains.
Are we talking walking in like a foot of snow, or are we talking about something that is a slushy?
So we've had 11 mil of rain since 9 a.m. So it's like, it can be quite extreme. Yeah. So that's the, so it's only 7.4 degrees. So that's windy and snow showers today.
We just arrived in Jindabyne earlier today and got our debrief for our adventure ahead. Seems like it might be some wild weather up in the snowy mountains. Doesn't really feel like it, but at the moment. But I think we might have a pretty good adventure in store for us. Let's see.
I think this might be the trailhead. Yeah. Cascade Trail.
We're going up to Kosciuszko, which you can't really see right now because it's completely obscured in the clouds. But that's our mission, and it looks like for the next 2 or 3 days, this is what it's going to be like, except for maybe stronger winds. So who knows? It's going to be fun.
As the wintry weather settles in, I meet with Richard Swain, a local Indigenous guide who is happy to share some of the history and traditions of this region's Aboriginal people.
The Snowy River starts up right next to Kosci, up next to Tagungal, and it does about a 200-kilometre loop down through Jindabyne and out around, and then it drops to very low elevation. So it's its own world. It's a microclimate.
So you were just telling me, Richard, a little bit more about your work here.
Well, I own Alpine River Adventures, and we're a small company. It's my wife and I, and we take people on mostly multi-day adventures with culture. In an oral culture, your country is sung to you, So you know the map in your head is a song. So most of the tracks that you walk along or drive along are what we call song lines. Traditionally, people when they came here would light a fire and wait to be welcomed. And people would come, they'd state their business, and if you're following your dreaming and you'll go a song line and you're going up to eat moth, you stated that and you were afforded all the hospitality.
I really appreciate being able to gain some insight into the history of the people that have called this beautiful land home for many centuries. As I head deeper and higher into the snowy mountains, my curiosity is piqued and I can't wait to see more. I have to admit that the winter conditions in Australia have caught me by surprise. I feel a little foolish about that, considering that we're in the snowy mountains. But cold aside, the weather provides a beautiful backdrop in which to explore the area.
So this is summer. Is this pretty typical?
It happens every 5 weeks in summer.
5 weeks. Well, that sounds fairly common then.
Yeah.
This is cool here. So are we following the ridge?
No, we go down the fire trail, the little trail,
Yeah.
heading down towards Cascade Hut. So we've got about a 1,000-foot descent.
Let's go check it out.
Let's go.
Now we're getting into the snowy gums, as I guess they're called here. And you can't really see Kosciuszko. It's all obscured in the clouds right now. But that's the highest peak in Australia.
Yeah, so this is one of the biggest snow gums I know up here. It's probably about 300 or 400 years old.
That's spectacular.
So just look at the icicles.
Even got some icicles coming off of it. That's wild.
So, yeah, so these species of snow gums unique for Australian Alps.
Yeah.
Found nowhere else in the world.
Wow, this is cool. Perfect place to take refuge here now.
Yeah.
Nice.
We can light the fire.
Let's light a fire, baby.
Wow, that's a cracker.
That is.
That's the eucalyptus oil in that dead eucalyptus branch.
It's a great fire starter.
Yeah.
Everything so far has been a warm-up for our biggest mission yet, to hike the summit of Mount Kosciuszko, the highest point in Australia. The plan is to take the ski lift partway up, and then hike our way up to the peak where we'll make camp for the night. But the weather seems to have other plans for us.
How is this Australia?
Australian summer.
That's right.
Nothing else goes this way, but it's still 6 kilometres total from here. We've only come half a K.
Okay.
It's pretty dangerous conditions. So
Yeah.
it's wet driving rain, 60 k/h winds. We've got all the gear, 4-season tent, and we can't navigate.
This is weird. Not weird. This is brutal. I mean, I really want to get the summit, but also, I don't know if I'm prepared for the wet conditions that are out here. It's just right at that limit. 253? Yeah, I think we'll have to call it.
Okay.
Probably head down.
Yeah, okay, we'll head off then.
Okay.
You right?
Yeah.
Follow.
So, turning around, I'm pretty disappointed. I was really looking forward to getting to the top, spending the night up here, and seeing Mount Kosciuszko from the summit. But we got to be safe, so heading down. Yeah, kind of breaks my heart a little bit, but got to be safe in the mountains. Make the right call. Okay. Yeah.
After drying ourselves and our gear overnight, we set out for our second attempt at the peak, even though the storm hasn't fully passed.
The weather's cleared up quite a bit, and we're making another bid at the summit. So hopefully when we actually get up towards the top where we're going to get off the lift, it'll still be clear enough for us to make a real go of it. I'm really looking forward to getting a second chance, a redemption chance here at the summit of Kosciuszko. I can actually see the river today.
Yeah.
Yesterday it was all full of ice.
Yeah, no.
Although conditions are better than yesterday, which lets us appreciate more of the beautiful landscape, the weather is deteriorating rapidly.
Another snowdrift.
Yeah, it's piling up here.
After a quick discussion and decision to continue onward, we pick up our pace, not wanting to miss the small window of opportunity that we have.
We're in the thick of the cloud now. Right in the heart.
Yeah.
Can't see hardly anything. Ice point in Australia, baby! Yeah! Second season of Epic Trails, already ticked off 1/7 of the world's tallest mountains. Asia, that one's gonna be a tricky one. But we'll get there, we'll get there.
That's about to Antarctica.
Yeah, there's a few trickier ones in Australia here. Taking off the world's tallest mountains. Boom!
Leaving the storm and the snowy mountains behind, I've made my way to the Blue Mountains to meet up with Mark Johnston, a canyoning and hiking guide who's got a different way of introducing people to the area.
So we just got to the Blue Mountains today, and the Blue Mountains are basically what I just learned is it's a plateau instead of mountains. So there's a massive drop off right here. And so I just met up with Mark, and we're getting oriented here in the Blue Mountains by rappelling off the edge. So pretty spectacular way to get oriented here. All right, see you later.
Have a good one.
Thank you.
Woohoo! Like a big kid.
Oh man, amazing spot here in the Blue Mountains. Getting to do a little bit of abseiling, rappelling. Oh, hey. Yeah, just having a blast. This is so cool here. This rock is gorgeous. Loving the views. One thing you gotta watch out for is some sort of trees that are just waiting with open arms to catch you at the bottom. Keep having to fight them off. It's a cleaner abseil until you get into the trees.
You go, there's at least a 1.5 foot.
Oh,
gap.
there's enough, but it kind of leans you to the right. So you're kind of like kicking the trees and stuff as you're coming down. Cool. Ready for me to go again?
That's all the way.
Getting kind of dizzy now.
Our rope swinging fun is cut short as our show director Lucas believes that he may have just stumbled upon a brown snake, only the second most lethal snake in the world. Out of sight, but far from out of mind, we continue on, a little more wary of where we're placing our hands and feet.
There you go.
Yeah, I got you. I got you again.
Got me.
Stay out of that tree. I've actually wanted to come here for a really long time, ever since I saw a really cool National Geographic article on this place. So to be here is a little bit surreal. So absolutely loving it. It's just a fantastic landscape and getting a good adventure here. So yeah, having some fun.
Now thoroughly initiated to the Blue Mountains, Mark and I head to Pulpit Rock Lookout to get a bird's eye view of where our next adventure will take us. We're heading out on a multi-day backpacking trip that will take us deep through the canyons and thick forests of the national park.
We're going to be coming through the Grand Canyon on the other side here.
Yeah, that's called the Grand Canyon over there.
Grand Canyon over there, it's beautiful sandstone slot canyon.
Yeah.
Millions of years old. Come through the temperate rainforest, down a series of waterfalls, down on the cliff face over there.
Wow.
We're going to snake along the river line here. Down to the bottom here, which is called Junction Rock, where we'll hopefully be there for lunch, hopefully.
We're making a good time.
Basically follow the river all the way along,
Yeah.
across through the valley over there, down to near the Blue Gum Forest. We'll camp there for the night.
Is that a real place, the Blue Gum Forest?
Blue Gum Forest.
It sounds like a made-up name.
300 to 500 year old massive blue gum trees.
Really?
So we're going to go up the next morning, we'll go up the spur line there,
on the other side. And we're going to go up the cliff face, right to the top of that triangle on top of the cliff over there.
Yeah?
There's an old goat track that goes up the
We're going to
cliff
that
face.
triangle on that mountain.
The triangle right up there.
Jeez.
And hopefully that'll be our lunch spot tomorrow.
Amazing.
So, yeah, it's the only 360-degree view in the mountains. Sensational it is.
Wow. We're going to give it a go.
If I struggle, you can carry me?
I got you.
Right. Sounds good.
Awesome.
All right.
The Blue Mountains are an impressive and beautiful place from above. But I know it will be a completely different world once I'm down there. And I can't wait to see what lies hidden in the canyon below, under the canopy of the blue gum trees. I've been wanting to explore the Blue Mountains of New South Wales for over a decade. And although they were spectacular to see from above, it's a whole different world when you're in the canyon. It's incredibly lush here, full of water and life, and extremely different from the dry landscape at the top of the escarpment.
Oh, this is really cool. It's getting dark in here. So Mark and I just dropped into the Grand Canyon here, and pretty much right off the bat, it feels like a totally different world. Right now, we're kind of in a spot where there's a good bit of other tourists and hikers, but it won't take very long before we're completely on our own and in some really wild, rugged, and remote terrain. Looks so different down here at the bottom than from being at the top. You have no idea how much lush jungle rainforest is actually down here.
Expect to see dinosaurs walking through or something.
Yeah.
It's pretty ancient.
We just got to Junction Rock, which is just about a third of the way through the canyon here. And we're gonna have a little lunch, and it's a perfect place for a swim. So I think we're gonna jump in and cool off.
Yeah, about 3.5 feet. Perfect.
G'day, I'm Eric Hansen.
You need to show you that it's safe?
Eric Hansen down under.
Backpacking has always been a great excuse for me to let my inner child run free. And clearly, Mark shares the same youthful spirit. Rejuvenated, we continue on our way towards camp as the trail becomes a lot more treacherous.
So we just got into camp here. We're in Acacia Flats, which is this awesome flat-bottomed spot here in the canyon. And we're surrounded by these beautiful blue gum trees. There's some really massive old ones here, and then we're gonna be going into the bigger old growth forest a little bit later on today. But getting to camp right here at the base of these blue gums is pretty amazing. So definitely excited about tonight. Finishing setup of the camp.
This place is special to me because I started running down here when I was a kid. You know, probably about 10, 11 years old, we'd run down the cliff faces and through some of the temperate rainforest pockets. You know, we grew up in that era when we were free to roam and enjoy the world. And with that came consequence, danger, respect. It's now good to be able to share that with other people who may not have necessarily had that growing up in city life.
Boom. Wow.
Oh, hold on. Bugger. Going up the wrong track.
Oh no. We gotta go that way?
We're gonna go that way.
We're in the wrong side of the valley. Mark, I swear. Well, let's get there then.
Let's go do it.
Yeah.
I'm
Wrong way. It's super steep, rugged. Sometimes you look up, it's like, how can there be a path there? But it's going. It's hard work, but it's a lot of fun. And man, certainly incredible views.
Reaching the top, I've also reached the end of my New South Wales adventure. This has been my second trip to Australia, And between the stunning landscapes, crazy weather, and ultra-friendly people, it has once again surpassed all my expectations. I can't wait to come back and explore more of this wonderful place. California is without a doubt one of the most famous and popular places on Earth to live and to visit. But California is much more than the home of Hollywood stars, Baywatch beaches, and Silicon Valley. The Golden State is also an outdoor lover's paradise that boasts an incredible variety of activities and mind-blowing landscapes. From the dunes of the Mojave Desert to the glacier-carved valleys of Yosemite and the waterfalls of Butte County, California is an adventure traveler's playground. Sprawling deserts, slot canyons, and iconic granite faces. This week on Epic Trails, I'm exploring the backcountry of California. I'm Eric Hansen. When I see a trail, I see more than a path from point A to point B. A good trail is the ultimate opportunity to explore, to discover new landscapes, and to challenge myself. When I don't have a pack on my back, I'm thinking about my next big adventure, because my mission is simple. My mission is to discover the world's most epic trails. If you love the outdoors, California has it all. It's home to some of the most impressive and beautiful landscapes on Earth, and it features 9 national parks, more than any other state in the country. It's not surprising when you consider the diversity of the place. And so, when it came time to choose a starting point for my road trip, I decided to head north to the outdoors mecca known as Chico in Butte County.
So are you familiar with the area at all?
I have never been here before.
And what would you like to see?
Good single track if we got it.
Okay, we do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And there's a chance to see Indian relics if you're into that, or some caves possibly.
That's out here too?
A few waterfalls going right now.
Bring it on.
Wildflowers. It's really like, he couldn't have come at a better time. It's like ideal. We are in Upper Bidwell Park in Chico, California. The draw to mountain biking out here is really if you enjoy a rocky technical challenge. If you want flowy, smooth trails, you're just gonna go to any of the neighboring towns. We just have a special kind of lava rock here, and it makes it really rocky and fun.
Tim is an old pro, literally. But even though his competition days are done, I've got my hands full keeping up with him. We're riding a network of trails in Upper Bidwell Park, a 3,600-acre piece of land that was donated to the city and has now become one of the bigger city parks in the United States.
So what's down here?
This is a Maidu Indian cave that has acorn grinding stones on the floor all over it. What? Really sweet. So here we go. You can see there's like smoke all over the ceiling of it where they have their fires. Basically right all where we're sitting is where they prepare their food.
All these little grinding pots.
Grind up
Wow.
their dinner.
And it was primarily acorns? Is that what they...
Yeah, it's super abundant. Well, you got acorns, you got a lot of pine nuts also.
Yeah. Somebody would have been here for a while.
Yeah.
Probably a couple generations.
Rocky and fun are not two words that go together very often, but the technical challenge of the trails proved to be as enjoyable as Tim promised. As we ride along the upper rim of the Basalt Gorge, I'm doing my best to stay on track while absorbing some of Upper Bidwell Park's beautiful surroundings.
You know, it's really good for anybody. If you want to just take your kids out, you can ride up the park road or maybe hit a little bit of lower trail. If you want a more of a challenge, you're going to go farther up into the north rim or on the south rim, deeper into the park. It's more technical usually. If you want to spend all day out here riding, like I said, you could do 50 miles and just really try to hit all of them, and that's a fun day.
What I thought would be a casual day of riding has turned into a quad-burning epic, well over 20 miles. As we ride back into town, my calorie-depleted body is looking forward to making a stop at one of Tim's favorite post-ride joints. Fully diving into the California culture here, I order my favorite flavor of blue. Cheers, Tim. Thanks for the epic day. Chico lies on the doorstep of the mighty Sierra Nevada mountains. To explore these parts, I meet up with Jason Mandley, a local naturalist who calls these mountains home. Our mission is to hike some of the waterfalls that Butte County is known for.
Made it to the top of Feather Falls. Got this amazing river. The color of it is just so clear and blue and beautiful. And just right over here, it's fallen over 400 feet into this amazing ravine below. This feels a little precarious here.
Yeah, it's
But this is amazing. This water is so crisp and clear.
oh yeah, this water is so powerful.
Is this all from snowmelt?
Right. Yeah, snowmelt and groundwater.
This is an impressive place. So we're getting up to a waterfall over here?
Yeah, we're gonna get up to a really nice waterfall. It's called Ravine Falls, also known as Fern Falls. It's a great stopping point right before we get to Phantom Falls.
That's really cool, especially with like that other ravine coming in right there. We're wrapping up our day here in Butte County. We're on Table Mountain and the wildflowers are going off, and it's just been an amazing time. I've been exploring with Jason, and he just knows a ton about all these areas and all the wildflowers. And here at the edge, and the sun's going down, and it's beautiful and gorgeous, and I'm loving life here in Butte County. We just drove through the tunnel here, entering into Yosemite Valley. This is basically my first glimpse of El Cap, and the way that the clouds are hanging off of it, it just looks so nuts. It's like deeply powerful. Everything around me just looks so surreal.
Yosemite Valley is well known for having some of the planet's most awe-inspiring landscapes, which are easily experienced from the valley floor. But I'm heading up into the high country for a very different perspective.
So we're just getting ready to set off for a skiing backcountry adventure going up to Dewey Point, which is gonna give us an awesome overlook of El Cap and basically the surrounding valley. So we just met our guides, and we're all geared up, and now we're heading to the Nordic Center to get outfitted with some skis, and heading off into the backcountry.
We just set off on Glacier Point Road. It's the trail to Dewey Point, where we are spending the night doing some backcountry camping tonight. We're doing some skiing, and I am trying my first time at telemark skis. Should be fun. You might catch me eating it 1 or 2 times here. But we got a pretty good trail ahead of us. Should be a little mellow, but definitely looking forward to this spectacular overlook. But you got to get to Baffin Islands.
Yeah, like you can walk 10 minutes from your car door.
The winter season is actually one of my favorite seasons to be in Yosemite National Park. It's a lot quieter. That means we have fewer visitors coming into the park. When you get out into the trails, you really have a personal, intimate experience with nature. You're able to go out there and snowshoe or ski and possibly be the only person and have a little bit of solitude on a well-used trail. One of my favorites is actually just a day trip or a one-night overnight going up to Dewey Point. You have one of the most spectacular views of Yosemite Valley, and it's a view that most people never experience because it's not kind of off the beaten path. You have to work to get there.
Yeah, buddy. Oh, I picked the steep part. Woohoo! Spring water. Walk across the creek, and you're at Moonlight Buttress or one of those greats. Yeah.
Nordic skiing is a totally different beast than downhill, and I feel about as steady as a newborn giraffe on these different skis. Luckily, no one's judging me too harshly. We're all a little too preoccupied with enjoying the stunning surroundings while staying upright at the same time. The further we go, the more comfortable I'm getting on the skis. I'm starting to appreciate just how efficient they are for travel, and to do it in such an incredible place is something I won't soon forget.
We just made it out to Dewey Point. We skied cross-country style across some pretty fun stuff. We've made it to truly one of the most spectacular overlooks I've ever seen. And this is just a humbling place to be standing and looking at the whole Yosemite Valley. Man, couldn't feel more fortunate to be standing here right now. This is amazing. I was a little worried for a little while. The clouds had totally socked in, but lo and behold, the clouds are parting and we've got some awesome light coming in. And El Cap behind me is looking mighty fine. So this is just amazing out here. It's about that time to put the skis back on and head back down to the valley because we got big walls to climb. Pretty excited.
We ski out from Dewey Point and leave the winter wonderland behind. Now in the valley, it feels like summer and a perfect day to try climbing on one of the world's most famous granite walls.
This first little bit here is the hardest part of this pitch.
Oh yeah?
All right, it's hard just because of the size of the crack. It's a little narrow.
Yeah.
You can't quite fit your whole hand in there. You can't quite fit your whole foot in there.
Yeah.
So that's the hard part. It's a little slippery. Forces you to jam your toes right in there.
Excited to give this one a go. Should be fun. It's hard to tell with crack climbing like how hard these routes really are. Because there's actually a bit of a incline to this, so it's not pure vertical. Oh yeah, that's feeling good. This is like the cruiser section right here.
Crack climbing requires an entirely different technique than sport climbing, or what you might find in a climbing gym, and I'm instantly hooked to the flow of it. It's amazing to climb in a place that draws the world's best climbers every year. And although I'm nowhere near that class, Yosemite is a place that has routes to challenge every skill level. And of course, the setting is second to none.
Oh man, so psyched.
So good.
That is amazing here.
Good work. First Yosemite multi-pitch.
That feels good.
Sure does.
Oh man, so satisfying to climb here.
Yosemite National Park is world famous for a reason. It's one of the most incredible places I've ever been, and I wish I didn't have to leave. The Mojave Desert is vast, lonesome, and beautiful. It's the kind of place that has inspired cowboys and poets, and has been the visual backdrop for countless Hollywood films.
So we just arrived in the California desert last night, and we are now driving on a lonesome desert highway into the Mojave Desert. And really excited to be exploring some dunes and some canyons and see what the Mojave Desert has in store for us.
My adventure begins in the tiny desert town of Amboy, where I'm meeting up with Kyle and Kelly, who will be guiding me through the newly formed Mojave Trails National Monument.
Man, these wildflowers are everywhere right now. I love the yellow on black. It really stands out. So what's the story with Amboy Crater? Like, how did it get here? What is it?
So Amboy Crater is actually a cinder cone volcano that erupted approximately 10,000 years ago.
Yeah.
And it created this lava field that we're hiking through right now. 27 square miles of lava. So it's a pretty good flow.
Yeah, you can see it from miles around.
Yeah.
pretty
And
cool.
it really stands out, the black lava. It just looks like there's a permanent shadow out here even when there aren't any clouds on the sky.
Yeah. Whew. Let's get you working up here. It's steep.
I'm here in the middle of the Mojave Trails National Monument on top of Amboy Crater, and just getting to explore this old volcanic flow in the cone. It's pretty wild. It's otherworldly up here, and it also provides just an amazing viewpoint to see this whole basin of the desert here.
It's a surreal feeling to be able to hike the rim of the ancient caldera while taking in one of the desert's more unique features. It's a good thing we're here in the spring because Amboy Crater turns into a furnace in the summer. As the sun fades and the desert cools, Kyle, Kelly, and I head to one of the gems of Mojave Trails to catch the sunset. The Cadiz sand dunes are formed as sediment is carried down the Colorado River. The sand is picked up by winds and then deposited here, hundreds of miles away in the mountain-ringed basin. The result is an incredibly harsh and beautiful environment.
It's amazing being on the top of the Cadiz sand dunes here. There's only a couple of times in my life where I've been just truly felt like I'm in another world. And here on the top of the sand dunes, nothing around but vast open desert. The colors that come out after the sun goes down below the horizon, it's mind-blowing. It just feels so amazing out here. Kyle, Kelly, and I are setting off for an adventure here in Afton Canyon. We're going to be hiking up and looking for a place called Spooky Canyon, and looking forward to getting into the slots and just exploring this cool place. There's like a lot of really interesting geology happening here, and mostly it's just going to be a great day in the desert. So super excited for today.
So Afton Canyon used to be a lake, Lake Mannix. Either through a major flooding event or an earthquake, the earthen dam broke, draining the lake over the course of several days to maybe a week or two, and it rapidly carved out what is now Afton Canyon.
Oh, this is some weird stuff in here.
Oh yeah, this is just a gentle introduction into the diversity of Afton Canyon.
Oh yeah? Is there more up canyon?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah? Oh, well, all right. Oh, wow. That's cool. Oh, yeah. That's actually dark. I'm really excited about this part. We're getting into the narrows of the spooky slot canyon, and I geek out about slot canyons. I love them. And this is an entirely different style of slot canyon.
All right, guys, you win. This is a wrap.
Should we keep climbing?
Oh yeah, keep going.
All right.
This is not the end.
Wow.
Well, we've encountered our biggest obstacle yet. There's a large wall, and there are some ropes, so it does indicate that maybe there's a way up. And we're going to give it our best effort and try to get up this kind of intimidating looking part of the canyon here. Oh yeah, boys. Made it to the top. And we go. Nice job. Thank you. Good climbing.
I think we're nearing the end.
Having climbed our way through Spooky Canyon, we find ourselves back in the blazing desert sun. From here, we ascend a little more to an overlook that provides a proper sense of scale for this magnificent place. Standing on a peak in California, looking upon a stunning landscape that's unlike anything I've ever seen before, it really drives home how incredibly diverse California is and how many different experiences there are to be had here. Although this road trip has taken me from the northern end of the state to the southern end, I know I haven't begun to scratch the surface of what this place has to offer. And I can't wait to come back. A bright and beautiful land, full of charming and welcoming people. Poland is a place of immense historical significance that goes back more than 1,000 years. And although Poland is well known for its role in the Second World War, more and more people are appreciating the country for its world-class cuisine, breathtaking countryside, and ease of travel. For outdoor lovers, Poland is a lush green land with endless opportunities for adventure. Well-marked hiking paths crisscross the country, leading travelers along rolling fields, across free-flowing creeks, through thick forests, and into incredible mountains. Driving rain, stunning views, and simple backcountry living. This week on Epic Trails, we're exploring the beautiful country of Poland. I'm Eric Hansen. When I see a trail, I see more than a path from point A to point B. A good trail is the ultimate opportunity to explore, to discover new landscapes, and to challenge myself. When I don't have a pack on my back, I'm thinking about my next big adventure, because my mission is simple. My mission is to discover the world's most epic trails. While a large part of Poland is relatively flat or covered with lush, rolling hills, the southern end of the country is where things really turn vertical, which is why my Polish journey begins in the artsy and trendy city of Krakow. Although I could easily spend a week exploring the town, I'm here because it's the gateway to the southern mountains. To show me around, I'm meeting up with Mateusz, a local guide who knows the Pieniny region as well as anyone.
So that's the peak that we're gonna ultimately try to get to?
This one in the middle.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah. We'll just climb along this gorge, up the pass. From this pass, we will attack the peak.
Ooh, attack the peak. I like your style.
Thank you. Yeah. I'm trying. Let's go.
All right, cool.
So we entered into the national park, and this is the oldest in Poland.
It's the oldest?
Yeah, it was established around 90 years ago, in 1932. But simultaneously, it is the smallest.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. It is like 23, 24 square kilometers, so it's quite small, but extremely diverse.
It's a steep little trail, but it's super cool looking. These mountains just like spring up out of these beautiful kind of green valleys. Wow, that's a nice view. So Mateusz is pointing out the Tatra Mountains off in the distance, and we'll be heading out there for an adventure. You can see, looks like there's a storm moving its way in. Unpredictable weather in the mountains as always, but we'll see what we get. Hopefully the weather holds out. Mateusz and I have made it to the top of Sokolico, which, if I pronounce that correctly, means Falcon Rock. And it's just this awesome promontory of limestone sticking up over this awesome gorge. It's beautiful. I'm learning about Poland. I had no idea that Poland has this many beautiful mountains. You can see the Tatra Mountains that we're going to be exploring as well. So this place is rad. Having a great day. And I'm overlooking these rafters that are currently going down the rapids, and I get to do that shortly. And so basically I'm very excited about my Polish adventure here. So life is good.
The mountains of Poland are famous for the Highlander culture, which remains a vibrant part of the way of life here. To give me a little taste of that culture, Mateusz has organized a bit of a get-together back in town.
So this band of Highlander musicians came along and has stopped to play for us. So we've got some bratwurst or some type of sausages cooking up on the fire, and these guys are jamming away. And we got a little bit of libations going on as well here in true Polish style. So anyway, we're having a good old time here and a little bit of a party here tonight. So having fun.
Inspired by the music and filled with sausage and spirits, the following day we head out to explore the Pianine Mountains. It's a very lush and green land, and the heavy clouds and rain we see in the distance would explain why. But not someone who is ever deterred by the idea of getting wet, we push on, hoping for the best.
The make for the tree?
Yeah, let's hide under the tree. There's only one shelter here.
Yeah,
Let's run.
it's starting to come down pretty good.
Yeah.
So what's the, can you teach me the rain song?
Yes. Local Highlander song.
Just for
okay,
weather like
repeat
this,
after
yeah?
me.
Okay.
Nieli, destu nieli.
Nieli, cetulali.
Uleje usiece.
Uleje ulejceca.
Janickowe lica.
No licicka.
Good one. But it doesn't work.
Come on.
It doesn't work.
I'm trying my best here, Poland.
Yeah.
It's
Just
kind of
casting
working.
the spell. You can see it's brighter there.
It is brighter. Oh, we did it. Maybe.
Maybe.
Nope, never mind.
Okay.
So today we are jumping on one of these traditional boats and doing some rafting through this amazing gorge, through the national park on the border of Poland and Slovakia. Mateusz and I are going to be jumping in with one of these guys that's doing the traditional pole-style rafting. They take these boats all the way down to the sea. It's a little bit rainy. Hopefully the weather holds out for us. Not sure what to expect, but at least it's going to be cool.
You remember the incantation?
I don't remember the incantation. I think we might need it today, though.
You want to try?
Yeah.
Nieli, destu nieli.
Nieli, destu leli.
Bo cię tu nie trzeba.
Bo nie czesne, bo ja. Hey, this is sweet. Here we go. It's got a good little pace here. All right, we're humming along. Well, we're floating through the main part of the gorge right now, here in Pianine. It's been raining pretty much since we got on the boat. We have just a little moment of clearer weather right now, or at least not rain. But I'm hearing all the river stories from our guides, and just getting to float through here is pretty special. It's a beautiful place, and it feels like I'm participating in a little bit of history, geology, and culture all at once. So it's beautiful, loving it, and having fun. Oh, you guys think you're cool. All right, let's move it. Come on. Mateusz, you just relax. Yeah. Now I have many girlfriends as well. One for each shell. Feeling pretty authentic here.
As we reach the end of our trip, I can't help but think how fitting it is that the traditional way of rafting here in Poland is with poles. Yep, well, that joke's still a work in progress.
Thank you very much. That was awesome. No, that was truly wonderful. Thank you so much.
Do następnego. Dzięki.
Dziękuję.
So they are preparing the ships now for milking, and our host says that we need to wait a couple of minutes, and in the meanwhile, he will give us a try, give us some cheese to try.
Okay, great.
Sounds good.
Walk through any market or eat in any restaurant in Poland, and you'll quickly discover how important cheese is to the way of life here. The very best of that cheese is still made the traditional way, with hand-milked goats and sheep, small batch processed and smoked in small huts.
So this is award-winning cheese and different products, and what are these items here?
Tutaj będąc, chcemy jeszcze tak jak dawno było.
Those two is a kind of cottage cheese. Brindza, another variety. Yeah, this one. Yeah.
Sezonowane, to jest sezonowany ser.
And this is smoked.
Okay. Should I wait?
Yes, eat.
Okay, okay.
Eat.
Wow.
Taka przezolona. Rzadko słowo.
It's like a this brindza cheese.
Okay.
Okay.
Ojca
Dobra.
tak i w palce sobie.
I w palce, no. Jasne.
That's very nice and very nice together because this one's so strong. Then to go to something a little bit more smooth and mild is nice.
Yeah.
So the bacon that's been smoking away over the fire the whole time, one of the first things I noticed when I walked in, we're getting to try that as well. It's been smoking over the fire for a week. Oh, baby. Yes.
Mm-hmm. It goes with garlic as well.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
That's fantastic. This has been really cool to see the Highlander way of life here in southern Poland. Just got to witness the milking. They milk all of these sheep twice a day, so it's a lot of work. They start at like 3 or 4 in the morning and then do it again here about 3 in the afternoon. So this is a tough, hard way of life, but as I've tasted, the rewards are pretty sweet.
So I've just been sitting here sharing a fire with this guy for the last 10 minutes or so. He just finished up milking a bunch of sheep, and now he's invited me to share the fire with him and to cook up some bacon over the fire. He's talking to me. I have no idea what he's saying, but we're having a good time, and we're about to share some bacon. Are these ready?
No, bardzo może. To weź nalewa, no i reset.
Okay. Yeah.
No, to dzięki.
Proszę.
O, i drugiego da. Jeden mi się nie skarży, jeden drugi gówno, nie? No ja będę.
Just ended up talking with this guy. We were just sharing the fire and sharing some food together and having a good time. That was amazing, and everything is just super cool here, and the food is amazing. I'm loving it. I'm just buzzing with excitement. So this has been fantastic. Choking up with all the smoke. This has been fantastic.
But no,
Just arrived here in the south of Poland. We're in the doorstep to the Tatra Mountains. We're setting off. We're going to take a gondola up into the mountains, close to the top, and then from there we are trekking our way through the mountains to some lodges. Going to be doing some lodge to lodge to lodge over the next few nights. Super excited about it, but as you can tell, we just have a soaking downpour going on. It's going to be some tough conditions to deal with, but we're going to have some fun no matter what. All right. All right, let's do this adventure. Looking fun out here. Is that the top?
Yeah, and the border.
And the border.
Yeah.
The top of Kasprowy Wież. Did I say that all right?
Yeah, right.
It is pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good.
My Polish is improving.
Yeah.
So now, from here, we have to set out to the lodge.
Yeah.
That's a good bit. We might have some river crossings to do.
Yes, exactly.
So it should be a good adventure.
Yeah.
Well, I'll follow you.
Yeah, shall we?
Lead the way. So it's a beautiful day. We're having fun. Still got more to go. We might have to cross the river. I'm worried about this. Wondering about what we do. We'll see. We'll see. Oh, geez.
Yeah.
This looks fun. So we've come to our greatest obstacle yet. It's not from above. It's all this water flowing down from all of this snow melt and rain that we're having. It's just totally overloaded the trail here. Much deeper than our boots, so we got to take boots off and just tough it out and go across. Woo, buddy! Wah. You and your tough Polishness. All right, we'll just sit in the snowbank to put our shoes back on. Now is better.
I can continue.
You can continue? We don't even need to put shoes back on.
Kidding.
All right, let's do it.
Kidding. But no,
Hey,
guys, I need to
high
wait.
five. That was fun. We did it.
Piątka. In Polish we say piątka.
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 Good.
Well, I think this beats camping tonight.
Up to you.
Thank you. Looks like the creeks are surging today. All part of the fun. Joanna and I are setting off from the first hut and we're making our way to the second hut. It's been raining all night. These creeks are surging with water and it looks like our route to one of the huts might be cut off. So we may be having to reroute and go to a different hut. We don't really know. We're going to be finding it out as we hike on the trail today. We'll probably do a few more creek crossings along the way. So ready for a big day. This one looks a little spicier. We have come to basically a divergent or a convergent set of rivers, and they're both flowing pretty heavily. We've got a snow bridge that's crossing one, but then we have to find a way to cross the second one. So Joanna is currently looking and also just checking for safety.
Woo!
I'm so excited for this. For pierogies?
Yeah, but they might not have. Yeah, and bigos.
Bigos.
Yeah,
That's the
bigos.
word. Ah,
So,
beautiful.
Let's go.
Yep. After days of rain, I'm so excited to finally get some brilliant sunshine. You can actually see the peaks and the mountains that are surrounding me. And today I'm going to be going to climb and do some mountaineering on Mnich. It's one of the local beautiful peaks here in the Tatra Mountains. So I'm meeting up with a climbing guide, Wojtek, and together we are setting off on an adventure in the mountains today. That's such a beautiful looking peak from down below. I'm excited to get up there. We've made it to the first saddle point, kind of the high point below Mnich that we're going to be climbing up there. The weather's currently holding out. It's looking good. I'm feeling good, seeing how far we've come. Come up definitely about 1,000 feet or so. Just super happy to have some sunshine, blue skies, and hopefully these clouds stay away from the peak long enough for us to be up at the top and having a good view. Wojtek and I have just made it to the base of Mnich. Looks like our weather window is holding out, so the clouds are coming in and out, but I think it's going to be good. Super excited. It's been a beautiful climb just to get to the base here, and now I'm actually excited to be grabbing some rock and getting to the top of this beautiful, beautiful peak.
Known for accomplishing tough climbs in harsh conditions, the Poles have long been recognized as some of the hardiest mountain climbers in the world. With a training ground like this, it's easy to see why. Although the Tatras, which form a natural border between Poland and Slovakia, are only 8,700 feet high, their dramatic terrain gives them a much bigger feel.
Woo! Beautiful first pitch. Boom.
Our luck holds as the clouds continue to move out, so that we can tackle the final pitch with confidence. I may not make it look as easy as Wojtek, who leads and sets the route almost effortlessly, but I love this style of climbing, moving through the mountains and pushing my comfort zones. I get to experience a place in a way that few will ever get to do.
Almost there. Almost there.
Cool, man.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah.
Good, man.
What a place. Whoa, so sick up here. Just drink it in. Oh, yeah. That is satisfying.